ninjas and ninjettes, how you guys doing? It's Peabutnutterninja. I hope you guys had wonderful, happy, warm holidays. It is cold over here on the east coast of the United States. There was a snowstorm and it was fantastic, and there was a white Christmas and it was great. All up until the point where my car got 2 flat tires, and if you know anything about cars, you have 1 spare. And if you have 2 flat tires, you can't drive that thing anywhere. So I'm just working through all the paperwork to get my car repaired as soon as I can. And it is costing quite a bit. And unfortunately, Santa did not bring me tires this year, as I did not request anything from Santa. But guys, I did get one thing for Christmas. It is a lot of subscribers, and guys, thank you so much if you guys are subscribed to me. This means the world to me, honestly, and I wouldn't be cranking out so many videos if I didn't have you guys. And even if I had like 50 subscribers, I would still do this just because I love talking to people and I love doing this, and hopefully you're enjoying the content as well. So today, we don't really have a God Spotlight. I'm kind of waiting to see what Hi-Rez is doing with their game. If you play Smite, you know that Hi-Rez recently implemented the focus changes, the stat changes, about 2 weeks ago, and I'm kind of seeing where they're going with it. I do think that it was a good idea to introduce focus because stuns were way overpowered, but the way that they're implementing focus and how it's making gods really tanky and with really long stuns, I don't think that's the correct way to go in with it. And I just want to talk about a few things while we watch some Xbalanque gameplay. I want to talk about Xbalanque balance, stat system, focus, the conquest map changes, and overall what they're doing in terms of god balance and item balance. And so let's start with the first thing. I love Xbalanque. I think his range is derpy. They need to fix that as soon as possible. I'm fine with gods having different ranges and different attack powers and different attack speeds, but at the same time, I think it should be incorporated into the stats chart, because if you look at ymir, Artemis, Cupid, and Xbalanque, they're all at range 55, and it's very, very clear that they are not at range 55. Do I think he's balanced? I think for now, he's in a pretty good spot. Early game, his Rising Jaguar does the most amount of damage, so a lot of people level that quickly. That's the number 3 skill. And then later in game, Xbalanque's just attack damage just goes sky high, and then so you really use only the Rising Jaguar to chase down the enemies or to run away. So it's a very good system so far, I think, on Xbalanque. So I like him. I think he's very, very strong. I think with the recent ymir nerfs, I think Xbalanque is stronger, but recently, like on New Year's, they rebuffed ymir, so I think that is actually a very, very, very good thing. So I think that that's something that they should keep, and maybe even increase the slow on ymir, because they nerfed the stun so much, and that's what made ymir so strong, was that stun with the impale. But overall, is he another good ranged AD? I think he is another good ranged AD. I just wish his bullets would travel a little bit further. And again, if Smite announces, oh, we want to make Xbalanque's range a little bit shorter, but, you know, keep his damage the same, attack speed the same, then that's fine. I think that's good. And he recently actually even got nerfed with his attack speed. So I haven't really been playing with him too much because of the holidays. I've been busy with family and so on, but I will definitely get some more games out and hopefully showcase some new gods. And that brings me to my next point, the stat system. And so here's my thing with the stat system. I think it's just too much, and you can really, really nitpick your way to make an ultimate god and make an ultimate build. And there's this phrase going around, min-max, and what that means is to just really utilize the stat system to maximize your damage output, or, you know, maximize your healing or maximize your cooldown. And this is what was happening with like Guan Yu. Guan Yu was really strong before the recent nerfs, before the game increased his cooldowns to 14 from 10 seconds. So basically, you could cast infinitely with Guan. With maximum cooldown reduction, you would get about 6 seconds on your skills, so you could heal and then you could dash an enemy god, and that is a 4-second cooldown reduction on skills that are already starting at 6 seconds. So then you would only have 2-second cooldown, wait 2 seconds, then repeat. So you could constantly heal and charge an entire enemy line, and you could also get your ulti up in about 30 seconds if you did this correctly. And so that made Guan really strong, and this is only possible due to the stat system, because you could purchase cooldown reduction, and that's what was really needed to just get Guan down to around 6 seconds, because you could buy 2 cooldown reduction items, but the cooldown reduction items themselves were really weak. So it was overall not really balanced. And I've been taking the Smite surveys, and they say, you know, do you think the stat system is great as long as you don't really don't worry about balance when you're considering this. But the problem with stats is the balance, because how are you going to balance stats between gods? I mean, this is going to take a really long time and a lot of input. So let's say we're looking at an AD god. Let's say we're playing Xbalanque and it's endgame, and you have 300 gold to spend, or you have 1,000 gold because you bought all 6 items. So then what do you buy? Do you build lifesteal? Do you build attack speed or attack power? Well, if the enemy's stacking physical defense and you have Titan's Bane and Executioner, you definitely want physical penetration, and you want crit if you have the Deathbringer, and you also want attack speed. Attack speed is so ridiculous because at the end game with Xbalanque, I have about 300 attack power. So 7% boost in attack speed is 21 attack power if you want to kind of equate it that way, because 7% of 300. Is that right? 21? Yeah, 321. Yep, that's correct. So you get 21 attack power versus, you know, I could spend the same 300 and get 7 attack power. So right now, it's not balanced at all. And as God's level, it's going to be really hard to keep it balanced. I think right now they're just balancing it for the early game because a lot of people were investing in some MP5 and just having infinite mana right from the get-go. And that was pretty ridiculous. So right now, I think it's going to be very hard, if not impossible, to balance in consideration of how many gods there are and how each individual god is affected by, you know, lifesteal or crit or attack speed. And attack speed right now is very strong. And same with physical penetration. Right now it is on par. 7 physical penetration for 300, and you could also get 7 physical defense or magical defense. And if you get the Titan's Bane and Executioner, basically what you're doing is you're having the effective, you know, rate of the defense. So if someone gets, you know, 100 defense versus 100 penetration, then the defense is only worth half as much because of the Titan's Bane. And I know it's related with items, but you can't really separate the items from the stats. It's all related, so it's very hard to balance everything together. And so that brings me to my next point with focus. Do I like focus? And I'm a little bit divided. I like focus because I believe that before the patches, before all the focus stat changes, focus was, or not focus, but the stuns were rather really strong. So you had a Anubis stun, you had a Ymir stun, you had an Inhere stun, you would die no matter how much defense you had. Pure tanks would just go down to this combination, and there was nothing you could do just because the stuns were so long you could not get away. So I like the idea of focus where it reduces the stuns and you're gonna have to trade off some attack power if you want that utility. I absolutely agree with that. But the way that they're doing, where they're putting focus items on top of defensive items, I think that's a really bad idea, because you get a Ymir and now you're getting a 3 2/4 or 3 1/4 stun with his Frost Breath with damage. Like, now that's ridiculous. So now Ymir alone has a 3-second stun. Anubis alone, if you get some focus items, then you get a 2.5-second stun. And so it makes him super tanky as well. So now you've got this guy that's stunning your entire army, and you can't kill him because right now penetration items are quite weak unless you buy that physical penetration as well. Executioner was minus 60 penetration or minus 60 armor from the enemy, and that was actually a really good item. I'm really sad that they nerfed it. Right now it's 21% and 15 penetration, but at the same time the thing only lasts for 3 seconds each. So Executioner is super nerfed, and Titan's Bane is 33% flat from a 45% after before. But they kind of changed the algorithm to have the penetration apply before before you get the flat penetration. So I don't know. I think penetration is pretty weak now, and I think protections are very strong. Anyways, let me go back to my focus. I do really support the stun changes. The stuns are really overpowered in terms of, you can't get away. You absolutely cannot get away. And if you get one guy to initiate with a stun, then you usually will win. Like if you send a Guan Yu in, or you send even Anubis to get a bandage wrap, you usually can kill one of the enemy before they can counter stun you and everything, and that usually ends up in favor of the person who stuns. And I don't know, maybe that's intended. Maybe they want to make stuns super ultra powerful so that you play utilitarian characters, or utility characters rather. They're not utilitarian. But if that's the case, then stuns are inherently just going to win the game. But I don't think that's what Hi-Rez was going for, because they introduced focus. A lot of people, a lot of high-ranking players, talking about stuns, talking about how strong it was, and I think this was Hi-Rez's answer. And I think they just need to implement it better with adding focus items that don't necessarily really buff up the defense. Like you can get sovereignty that gives you, I think, something like 60 physical, plus 20 magical and physical, plus focus, plus health, and that's a pretty strong item if you ask me, especially if you get it early on. So that's just my 2 cents. I mean, you feel free to write down your 2 cents on the whole topic. If you like the focus, you don't like the stats. But I've been reading the forums. For the most part, I hear that people don't like either, and they want to revert it to items only and just keep it like a League of Legends type game. I know that Dota has the stats. I don't play Dota 2. I haven't played Dota 2, but from what I hear, they don't have jungle buffs, and they don't have, or they have like this flat stat gauge, and maybe that's what Smite should do with their stats, is that rather than auto leveling, maybe they should allow people to choose whether they want to go a little bit more physical power, or whether they want to go a little bit more with the attack speed or anything else, so that they can get a little bit more versatility in their builds, rather than have two ymrs the same. Maybe one will go attack speed and maybe executioner and chin's plates, or the other one will go pure attack power, and see how that pans out. And so I have no idea how that's going to work out, but I really do hope that they announced some changes. I don't really know what Hi-Rez is thinking, and there's like this non-transparency there, that we don't really know how Hi-Rez feels on the subject matter. And it would be really helpful to just have someone from Hi-Rez come out, make a video, say, hey, these are the changes, and these are why we're implementing the changes. This is why we think it's better and before. Because right now you're kind of throwing just blind things out at the people who are playing and supporting your game, and they're just feeling slighted because they don't understand why these changes are coming in, when they previously thought this game was great. Of course people thought it was great because a lot of people were playing, and now with all these like constant changes and like a lot of balance issues, and people are getting a little butthurt because they don't know what's going on. It's confusing, change is scary, and all these crazy things are coming in. And I also want to talk about the Conquest map change. Do I think this Conquest map change is good? I don't know. I like the addition of the gold neutral camps, especially if you're going to add the stats. You definitely need to stack up the gold, but they got rid of the entire side lanes. Right now there's only one ganking lane, and usually people would just gank from mid lane anyways, just because it's the easiest. You're not going to go all the way around your base, all the way around to the enemy side lane just to go get a gank. You're going to go from mid to side lane right from there. So you do lose that kind of side lane advantage, but it's okay. I've gotten used to it. I like the curves. I like kind of the rocks and where they kind of place like the trees, or it cuts out in the lane, so you don't have like this infinite distance where you can see the enemy from your base pretty much, just because the lanes weren't too curvy, and it was pretty straight and narrow. But now they added some more curves to it, and I think it's a very, very good thing. And so very, very, very cool things. I still definitely enjoy the game for the most part. I I have my reservations about stats, but I want to hear what you guys think about the stat system. If you think it's great, if you think it's, you know, advancing the game, if this is, you know, making it more competitive, less competitive, or really imbalancing the game. Let me know your thoughts, because I'm very interested to read them. And I don't know, I'll keep tabs on what is going on, and I think I'll just keep resuming my God reveals and my God, you know, introductions. I still have a few left, like Sobek, Odin, Anubis, Zeus, and those guys are really fun. And I'm just kind of waiting to see, because I'm gonna have to remake videos if they like change up everything. If they realize 2 weeks, if Hi-Rez realizes 2 weeks from now that, you know, that they don't want stats and focus. So if that's the case, then I'm gonna have to redo everything. But guys, that's all I wanted to say for this video. I hope you enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Happy holidays. I hope you guys stay warm. Welcome back to school if you're going back to school. Welcome back to work if you go to work. Guys, as always, peace, love, and ninja. Peabutnutterninja signing out. Bye bye, guys.
You have slain an enemy. Nice job. Retreat! Be right back. An enemy. Retreat! Slain. On my way. Your right tower is under attack. Your left tower is under attack. Your right tower has been destroyed. Be careful, middle. Careful, middle. Curses! An enemy has been slain. You rock. You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain. Retreat! Retreat!
You stop!
Retreat left lane! Yes! Your left tower is under attack. Your right tower is under attack. Your left tower is destroyed. Let me bear down upon you. Have slain. Double hit. Retreat. Take left lane. You have slain an enemy. Triple kill. Good game. Enemies have returned to base. Awesome. Attack. You rock. Enemy missing left. I'll attack left lane. Okay. Attack here. Enemies incoming. Be careful. Your team has destroyed a left enemy tower. Your team has destroyed a middle enemy tower. Okay. Behind us. Be right back. An enemy has been slain. You're all. Your team has destroyed a right enemy tower. I'll attack middle lane. Okay. Retreat right lane! Behind us! Enemies have returned to base. Enemies behind us! Let me bear down upon you. An ally has been slain. I return to night sky. Curses! You have been slain. An enemy has been slain. Retreat! Yes! Enemies behind us. An enemy has been slain. I'll attack left lane. Thanks. Okay. Be careful. Retreat middle lane. An ally has been slain. Retreat! You rock. Take what place? Take what place? Okay. Curses! Take right lane! Okay. Defend! Okay. Defend middle lane! An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Retreat! Your team has destroyed a left enemy tower. Curses! Your right tower is under attack. The heat bears down upon you. An ally has been slain. I've cheated death before. You have been slain. Defend middle lane! Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Defend left lane! Your left tower is under attack. Your left tower has been destroyed. Your right tower is under attack. Your right tower is under attack. You're all mine! brightly. Thanks. No problem. An enemy has been slain. Retreat! Attack! Okay. Attack! Attack! Fire giant! Death to all! Attack! Okay. Be right. Retreat middle leg! Be careful, right! You have been slain. Spin middle lane! Your team has destroyed your right middle tower. Spin middle lane! Defend the fire giant. Okay. Curses! Bear down upon you. Curses! Defend! Defend! On my way! Be careful! Your team bears down upon you. You have slain! Double kill! An enemy has been slain. Attack! Attack! You have slain an enemy. I'll attack middle lane. enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a middle enemy tower. Your team has destroyed a right enemy phoenix. An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. An ally. No escape. Your team has destroyed a middle enemy phoenix.
I've cheated death before.
Dinosaur. You have slain an enemy. Attack left lane. You have been slain. Attack! Attack! Fire giant! I'll attack the fire giant. Okay. Be careful. Yes! Enemies incoming! Be right back. An enemy has been slain. I'll attack left lane. You have slain an enemy. I'll attack the fire giant. Your team has destroyed a right enemy phoenix. An enemy has been slain. Woohoo! You rock. On my way. Your team has destroyed a middle enemy phoenix. Attack the Minotaur! Your team has destroyed a left enemy phoenix. An enemy
Not
has been
deny
slain.
the inevitable. Follow me to the underworld.
Deicide, you have slain an enemy.